Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the what the fuck episode are we on? 16? 17?
17.
We're on 17 now?
It's gonna be like this for every podcast episode as we forget the number
We're
and
on
then we're gonna
17. I just see it. We're on 17 of panel punks. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't record last episode, but once we get done with
Yeah.
our current haul, we'll briefly touch upon those issues. Um, But yeah, why don't we introduce ourselves? I am Veni, a Kojo, Stoic Gremlin Bounty Hunter who likes comics.
I'm Hikaru Hiroki, the Cosmic Oni. I'm a big DC head. Love everything DC is doing. I like some Marvel stuff and Image Comics keep doing what you're doing because we love the independent comics.
Yeah. So why don't we get started with some comics? What the fuck's the first thing on our thing?
Amazing
Ah,
Spider-Man. The Talk.
yes. We
Or
gotta talk
as I should
about
say,
the
the Talk.
talk.
Number 3 or the Talk 2026. That's
What?
the okay. Remember, there's like a bunch of other comics of Spider-Man called the Talk. This isn't the first time they've called a story the Talk, because they did it in the Ultimate comic where he revealed he was Spider-Man, or his identity got revealed that he was Spider-Man to Aunt May, and then there was like the one back in the 90s where Aunt May like found out, but then it ended up being like an actress who wasn't really Aunt May, and then she died. And then there was like another time where it was the J. Michael Straczynski stuff, where it was before Brand New Day, where there was the Talk. So there's been many the talks in
We're gonna
Spider-Man
talk
history.
about the talk. Um,
Yeah,
so this
and then we're gonna
comic
do the
is
walk.
So this comic is split up into two stories. The first one basically takes place after the main story that we're there for, which is there's
Mhm.
this like underground betting ring, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna bet on these parts, these supervillain like devices." And we don't accept money, we accept blood. So you fight people in the ring. And Spider-Man told me, he's like, "Hey, I'm taking Herman's shocker gloves, okay?"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Fuck, okay." And as he's fighting the dudes, we see flashbacks to the reason why we're here, which is Aunt May is talking about how, and this is mostly up to canon, that Aunt May and Uncle Ben had miscarriages during
Yes.
their marriage. They really wanted to have kids, but it is just wrecking their body like so much. One complaint that I've seen floating around is that like the writing is so bad because Aunt May says mansplaining one time.
Yeah. I saw
I don't
that
think it's
too.
that much of an issue, but like it is a little off. But like it's not a deal breaker for me. So
Yeah.
she's talking about how like they tried to have children, but like it was wrecking her body. And then they were in Ireland one time, and Aunt May
They did
kissed a
something
slab
where
or something to make a wish, and then they had the
they
baby.
didn't they also do something where they like hung upside down and like her blood or something, like I don't know. It was weird. I was reading that. I was like,
She
what?
she hung upside down and kissed a marble slab or something in Ireland, and she made a wish,
I
and
don't
then
think well those things happen, but the
and
visual
then
that's funny.
and then they have the baby. But what's really unclear is that like, oh, and then they took away the baby, and then it died.
Well, yeah, they were saying that the baby didn't
But we
survive.
see the guy right there. We see Richard Parker just right there. So it's like, what the fuck?
His name's not Richard Parker, is it?
Yeah, Richard Benjamin Parker. Isn't that his name?
I thought it was like something else.
That's
I don't.
something Crane was like his. Yeah, Cormac Crane is like his
Oh, okay.
actual
I
like.
say Richard Parker is Peter's like his dad's name. So if that's what his name is, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, is let me double check.
Because I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
read the
reading it right
previous
now. His
issue.
name is Richard Benjamin Parker.
Oh shit! Did he name him? Did Ben name him after his brother? Then
Yeah.
what? What the frick?
Yeah.
That also is probably weird for Peter because it's like this guy is named after my dad. What the hell?
Originally, but like it's confusing because I thought that like the baby died, but the guy's right there. So are we gonna get an explanation as to being like
I
how
told
he's
you.
alive?
I think what happened was they were like, we're gonna take this baby away and we're gonna heal it as much as possible. And then like by the time that they were like, uh, the baby's okay, but then they see them like in the window and they're like having a happy life, and the doctor's like, I can't do it. I have to take this baby and raise him as my own, or some shit. Or maybe they did experiments on him. Maybe he's not a normal baby. Who knows? All I know is that I don't know why they're doing this. I'm gonna be real. I told you, I kind of went on a small rant
You
where I
know
was
what I
like,
think
"What
is
is
gonna
this?
happen? He's
What?
gonna turn into a villain.
He's gonna be revealed to be a clone." That's
The
gonna
Clone Saga 4!
The Clone Saga strikes again. This isn't actually a new member of your family, Peter. This is actually a clone again. It's me, the Jackal, the worst villain that's ever been invented.
I wouldn't say the worst villain, but certainly one of the worst Spider-Man villains.
I hate him. I don't like him because he's so annoying. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Palpatine from Star Wars, where he's like, I made another clone body. You could never kill me. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Nobody likes you.
Well, I thought the comic was okay. It was a little confusing as to like what the fuck the backstory is, but whatever.
I think we're gonna get a second part of this to explain more. I don't know why they didn't make this issue bigger and explain more stuff, but
I
it's
wish
to
this
hold
was
us
the
over.
entire issue of just the talking.
I do too. I don't know why they split it between
I guess it's because like
him trying to
oh
get the
well,
gauntlets or whatever.
modern Spider-Man fans may feel this comic is too bloated with dialogue, so we have to put in an action sequence. And it's like modern Spider-Man fans would complain about that, but fucking ignore them. Just make
I
the issue
also
you want.
think it's to be like, we're gonna hold you over with this mystery, so you gotta buy the next issue. And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Something's gonna happen in issue 1000 about him. I just know it.
Something. He's gonna steal Mary Jane
Ah!
and try to throw her off that bridge.
Again?
He's gotta throw her off that bridge.
But what the fuck did I give this? I closed my Comic Geeks dashboard. I gave it a
goodness.
7.
All right. Well, instead of comics that I have beefs with, let's talk about throwing hands,
See?
deadly hands.
See,
of
you're doing it
Kunlun.
too. Good.
Look. I'm trying to come up with like really elaborate segues. Okay.
Yeah, you complain and I do that, and you do that.
Look. I do it better than you.
Shut the fuck up. Just read the goddamn thing.
All right, Deadly Hands of Kunlun, number 5. I'm so excited to talk about this because this is a fucking amazing conclusion to everything. You have Iron Fist. He's going like all out. He's like full of chi. His arm was cut off, so like his arm is made of chi. He's fighting his brother, who is currently like the god of war, and he's fighting him with Danny Rand, who is Ghost Fist at the moment. So you got 2 Iron Fists fighting him. It's freaking epic. He's trying to convince his brother to like fight Chio, who is the war god, and he's like, you can do this. This isn't you. Like, come on. Like, you've never been like this evil. And then he's like, I'm not. And then he like weakens him to a point. And Danny holds him like in this grip that reminds me of like when Goku and Piccolo were fighting Raditz, and he's like, do it, kill him, because I'm already dead and I can come back. And it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So then he goes to punch him, and he releases his brother from like Chio's grip, and he's like, oh, like I'm free and I can actually think. And he's like, I'm proud of you,
Wait,
bro.
this is
Like,
X-Force. I just realized I had the wrong fucking
oh
cover.
my goodness, unprofessional, unprofessional. While
Where
you're fixing
is
that,
the Deadly Hands cover?
uh, I don't know. That was your job.
Deadly Hands.
I'll keep talking while you're
Yes,
finding it.
please.
So, anyways, uh, his brother's
Found it.
talking to him, and they're like bonding, and then all of a sudden, Loki comes up from behind him, stabs him, and he's like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Oh no!" Like,
Wait, Loki's in here? What the fuck?
yeah, Loki's been a key player in this book for a while. Like, he's just kind of like showing up here and there. So, he takes the brother, and the brother's not dead. He's just like stabbed through, and he's like, "I'm just gonna take him away. He's mine now. Bye bye." And then he's like, "Okay." And then Lin Lee is like dying pretty much. Like, it looks like he's dying, and he's talking to the dragon that he got his powers from, and he's like, "Hey, like, you only have like so much long to be Iron Fist anymore because you used up like a bunch of fucking life force trying to fight your brother. So do you want to die or do you want to like continue being a superhero for however long you have?" And Lindley's like, "It's my life. I choose to continue fighting and helping people for as long as I can." So he comes back. He's riding on the freaking dragon, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're freaking awesome!" And he makes out with his girlfriend, and I'm just like, "That's freaking cool." And then the comic ends with Danny writing like this new book of Iron Fist, being like, "Oh, I died. Pei, who was like the little girl master of Lin Lee, she used to be the Iron Fist, and Lin Lee is still Iron Fist, and he's still going."
So there's multiple Iron Fists now.
Technically, yeah, they're all three Iron Fist in a way. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then it also ends with like a hint of being like, "Oh, Lin Lee's brother's still alive, and he's gonna use the powers of the War God because Loki's like, you still might be useful to me." And he's like, "Okay." And that's how it ends. It's like the end question mark. And I'm like, shit, I kind of want to read like everything that led up to this, because at the end of the book they show the Iron Fist run, and then they show uh the undead Iron Fist book as well. And I was like, oh shit, I should read these both, because I hadn't read either one, and I was just like reading this because like, oh, this looks cool, and then I just got like so hyped reading all of it. I was just like, man, I can't wait to see what they do with this next. So I give it a 10 out of 10. It was a really good fucking book, just a lot of fun.
Yeah. They're. I'm surprised they keep making these Iron Fist books because they have not been selling well at all. This is according to
It is surprising. I want them to, because like this whole arc was really good. Like, I had so much fun with it. There was like so many characters in it too, like White Tiger. You had some of the Inhuman characters like Arrow and stuff from like the Chinese comics as well. You had Elektra, Daredevil Elektra in it, and I was like, holy cow! There's just like so many characters in this.
Yeah. 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 Well, speaking of Kung Loon, Kung Long Way Home.
Oh my god, that's so cringe.
Boom! Look at this ribbon cover.
I can't see it, but everybody else on the podcast can.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Do I have to fucking?
Don't worry about it. I'll watch the
No,
episode
I'm
later.
gonna fucking show you. It looks good. You're gonna watch this as well. Share your screen. Projector. Boom. Look at this cover. Don't you like it?
Oh my gosh, they made them look like the movie.
What?
Like for Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Is that the fucking movie cover?
It kind of looks like it.
Not really.
I mean, Punisher's the only one kind of like the odd one out because he doesn't wear that face paint or whatever.
So this comic was fine. It was okay. I mean, it's the first issue, like whatever. But like, it's basically setting up 3 different key players in this. The backstory is that
Mm-hmm.
there is a group of like special forces, including Punisher, who come in to raid an AIM base. They go in, they shoot dudes. Hydra's in there as well. They go in and they find a cosmic cube is in there, and it's being utilized for something. We see, and there's this really amazing like 2-page spread of this, of like all of the Hydra people pointing guns at like the special forces, and you see this like giant Hulk just like in this doorway, and it's so great. So he kills all the Hydra people. He massacres all of like the special forces people except Punisher, and Punisher's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So he's running, and Peter Parker shows up because he's like sleeping, and he gets a call, and he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll go. So he takes on a suit and leaves. He was recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D., who is like, hey, yeah, so we were trying to do this like extraction job, but we kind of fucked up, and we need your help because this is a superhero situation. And Peter's like, okay. So you have the Hulk run around, trying to find a cosmic cube. You have the Punisher just trying to fucking get out of there and live. And you have Peter just being like, oh, I'm here for the ride. I thought it was okay. It didn't really. It's just setup. It's the setup issue, right?
Okay.
So it feels like there's still like a lot more that the comic has to offer in terms of story, but I'm here. I'll read the next 2 issues. I'll see what it's like, but I thought it was okay. I gave it a 7, I think.
Okay. Well, let's subtract 7 from 4, and we get 3. 3 Spider-Man books we're talking about this week.
That's
Spider-Man
true!
Brand New Day number 2 came out. So we pick up right back from.
I
when
wish
Mr.
we had a
Negative was
variant cover of this.
I know.
This cover looks kind of terrible.
It's okay. You know, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like.
It's like he has 2 chain guns, and it's like he's God-Man.
I mean, that's just Punisher. Let's be real.
Would
But
Punisher
anyways,
just be called Gunman?
yeah, if he was lamer,
He was lamer?
he'd be called Gunfire or something.
Gunfire! That's
pretty
actually
sure-
kind of cool.
I'm sure of it. I think there is a character in DC called Gunfire.
Probably
Do you
like
know
the
what his
fucking
power-
90s.
I think so. But do you know what his power was?
What?
That he could pick up anything and make it into a gun. Like, he could pick up a brick and it would shoot, like, bullets out of it. He'd pick up, like, a ladder and, like... I'm pretty sure that's Gunfire from my memory. I'll look it up later and send it to you. But anyways, this picks up back when Mr. Negative's like, hey, Punisher, you want to be even more stupid? Let me make you negative. So he turns him into the negative Punisher. He starts fighting Spider-Man. Spidey's like, it's not, this isn't you, friend. Actually, this is kind of you. So he's fighting him, and he starts shooting all over the place. He took his gun, and he started shooting. He started firing, and he missed. And he fired, and he missed. And he didn't shoot Spider-Man, but he did shoot Yuri, and she gets shot in the shoulder. Eventually, like, he makes his way out of there, gets the cops out of there, and he goes back to his, like, job at Feast, where he's supposed to be teaching people about computers, and apparently Martin Lee had some other guy that was supposed to be teaching class, and this guy's like,
was he like his son or something? I think they had the same last name.
I think he's like a relative of his.
They had the same last name, and I was like, oh, he's part of it.
Yeah, turns out this guy's like,
no. It's Donnie Yu, not Lee. Okay.
Gotcha.
I thought it
anyways,
said leave for a second. I was like, oh, no, unrelated.
anyways, this guy is like, oh, I was supposed to be teaching the class. I'm better than you, and Peter's like, okay, I don't fucking give a shit.
There's just one fucking page of like him trying to teach this like older guy how to like work a computer, and he's fucking doing some weird hand shit of like, oh
Yeah.
no,
The you guy tries to teach him that, and then he just is like, nope, it's my computer, don't touch this. And he's like better at doing like martial arts than this guy is. So anyways, Peter's teaching the class, and Bailey, who is Spider Boy, is like, heh, you should take off the safe search from here, and maybe I could like figure out more stuff, because he's like, oh, maybe if I get my class to look up shit about Mr. Negative, we can figure out something. And they can barely like find anything. And then he's like, wait a minute, I can go to the Daily Bugle, which I don't work at right now, and go into these like the crypt is what they call it, which is like this whole area of like non-printed news stories.
yeah, like
So
dead stories basically.
yeah. So he asked Robbie, he's like, do you know about this thing? And he's like, I definitely don't know where it is, and I definitely wouldn't know that it's on the 22nd floor, and you definitely don't have access to that. And he like slips him a paper so he can use like the code to get in there. He's like, Robbie's freaking awesome. He's epic, and he definitely doesn't know I'm Spider-Man for sure. Even though, you know, the whole thing with Doctor Strange happened, where he made everybody forget my identity.
I
Except
still
for Robbie.
don't like how they aren't mentioning fucking
One more day.
no more day.
Yeah, because it's stupid. Because it's like Marvel wants to make that mandate of like, oh, Omit is the one. It's the one with Doctor Strange, because it's like the movie now too as well. Remember the movie? No Way Home. That cements it even more.
I just don't want to mention Mephisto.
I don't like it either, because there's other writers that do mention it.
I will
Like-
say when he's like doing the wall crawl to get to
Yeah, you showed me that, and I didn't even pick up on it that it was a Raimi like Easter egg, and I was like, oh
well,
shit,
hold on, let
that
me show you this. So that is way too fucking big. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Fit to screen. Do you see how fucking Raimi that looks?
That's so good.
Spider-Man orange glass.
That should be the next movie.
like like here, like let me just like Spider-Man Raimi.
She's doing computer work, everybody. She's hacking into the system.
I gotta fucking show you this because it is absolutely the thing. Hold on.
No, that's
Spider-Man
Fantastic Four.
Raimi. Okay.
You ignore my great joke. Okay.
Hold on, I want to show you this. Look, it's Spider-Man Raimi.
That is Spider-Man.
It's the same fucking image. Cause look,
Sort of.
it's him on an
Just
orange.
from a
It's
different
him on an
angle.
orange skyscraper. This is big again. Fuck. It's him on an orange skyscraper.
It's sort
It's
of
the
same thing.
same image.
Kind of. I mean, look at it. It's like flipped though. His arm positions.
Yes,
But then
but
also,
it's
like-
clearly Raimi. It's clearly
Oh,
Raimi.
yeah, 100% a reference to that, which I think is cool. I don't think I've ever seen that in a comic where they reference Raimi, like the Raimi movies that way. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, Spider-Man breaks in there, and then Martin Lee has the U guy. He's like, I need you to find out where Spider-Man is and like what he's doing. And they hack onto the computer, and it's like this glorious shot of Spider-Man eating a banana, and he's just saying, I like to eat apples and banana. And I was like, Peter, oh my goodness. What the hell?
Is that a reference to something?
That's a song.
What?
It's just literally he's eating a banana while he's on the computer looking for like the stuff. He
Is
goes,
this
"I
like
to
a is
eat
like a baby
apples and
shark thing?
It's just a kid song that people would sing like when
Okay.
you were in kindergarten.
Okay.
And I just was like, why is Peter singing this while he's doing this? So it was just funny. Anyways, they're like, he's there. He's at the Daily Bugle. So they send Punisher over in this big ass helicopter, and he arrives and he shoots the side of the building. And it's like, do you think Spider Man's gonna make it out alive? Who knows? And I'm like, Slot, he's obviously gonna make it
No,
out alive.
it says next time. What do you think there is a next time after this? Aren't you the optimist?
Yeah, I mean, basically the same thing.
And the final page is like, yeah, Brandon Denver 3. And I'm like, yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what happens next. Hopefully the negative Punisher stuff wears off, and we see Punisher and Spider-Man teaming up. Maybe the Hulk arrives, and maybe it's like the new movie that's gonna come out.
I thought it
But
was okay.
it's okay. It's fine.
It's nothing
I think
too
Slot's
special.
very much. Yeah, not really. Slow moving for the second issue, but I think it'll be okay. I think the next issue will be better.
Other
But
people would say it's a very glorious issue. If you know what's inglorious, this next
X-Force.
comic, Glorious X-Force.
X-Force. We're Inglorious X-Force. We smoke tobacco and weed at the same time.
Yes.
So, I'm covering this book. This book's been pretty good. This issue's kind of meh, I'll say. Like, not much happens in it. The book opens up and Kamala's at school, and somebody is talking about, like, another mutant, this mutant liberation front, which got brought up at the first issue. And they're talking about, like, this podcast, and they're like, oh, I listen to this person all the time, and they talk about, like,
I can't
actual
believe
activism.
I can't believe in this comic they were like, "What's your favorite podcast?" My favorite podcast is Panel Punks.
They do say that, and they say you should subscribe to them, listen to everything,
And give the video a like.
and you should say what your thoughts are on the video below, and only say nice things. And if you say a bad comment, they'll delete it and never say anything ever again. And they totally like when you say comments like, please come to Belize or something like that. Anyways, enough shameless plugging. Kamala's like, oh, you're seriously listening to that podcast? What the hell? Why would you do that? And then her friend's like, come on, we gotta go to AP history. And she's like, this is great. I love being at school. And then it just like weird balloons all talking about the podcast that they were just like talking about. So then it cuts back to the X-Force base. Boom Boom and Helverine are banging again. And she's like, you're getting texts from people that you barely even know saying, like, you up? Just like, oh my god.
Booty calls in my comic?
For real. And he's like, and I do like this because I know about, like, the history of Helverine and how he used to be, like, kind of a shitty person. He said, because his power is he has, like, pheromones, so he can, like, persuade people. And he's like, I used to use my body and my sexuality as a way to hurt people. I'm just trying to teach myself, like, I'm trying to be a better person, basically. And Boomman's like, oh, that's kind of sweet. She's like, either way, you should put your pants back on, because if Miss Marvel comes in here, I'm gonna feel real bad about, like, us doing this here. So they go to, like, the little base area where Archangel and her are at, and she's like, what's up, Boom Boom? What were you up to? And she's like, oh, you know, good moral stuff. And the face that Dakin has on is like, yeah. So Cable meets back up and he's like, you were all suspects in, like, who was gonna assassinate Miss Marvel, but I've obviously, like, weeded out who could have done it. It's definitely not me, and it definitely wasn't revealed that I have some kind of evil virus inside of me at the last issue. But anyways, you're all off the hook. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna go fight this mutant liberation group, and then we're gonna fucking question them about shit. So then they go and something's revealed. They're like, we're gonna need something important, something you can get anywhere else because it's guarded by like 40 X-Men, and this giant light shines, and they're like, oh, that'll work. And then it cuts to just this random town, and Domino is like wandering around, and this lady like takes her in because she's just like fucked up. She's like, have you seen my friends here? And it's this old picture of X-Force. I think she's lost her memory at this point because she ran into Cable and got the shit beat out of her because he's like evil right now. So this lady is like, I better take you in here because this town really doesn't like mutants. So she's nice enough to give her like a safe haven. Then we go to um the mutant liberation people, and they have something called an ambient energy dampening actualization module, which I think that's what the X-Force people need. So then they have Dawkins come in, and he's like all dressed up and fancy, and he's like, haha, I'm a businessman, and I'm definitely not up to something. So all of a sudden, like, X-Force like pops in, and they start beating the shit out of these guys, fighting them. Miss Marvel uses like her shield, and there's like this awesome shot of Boom Boom, and her ass is really big, and
Huh?
yeah, I'll show it to you.
On here?
I can't.
Is
I
that
can.
safe?
I mean, it's not. She's not naked.
Are we really gonna show booty on our podcast?
We can. It's fine. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
We're gonna get age restricted because booty.
It's not like that. Look. See that?
Oh, okay.
See,
Do you want me to show it on the
that's not.
thing?
I mean, you can if you want, but I was bringing it up for fun.
I guess I can just to like show everyone what the fuck I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Was it in? Was it in this folder?
Well, while you're trying to find it,
No. It was in
so
this one. Look
they're
at
fighting the
look at
people.
the booty.
There you go.
Okay, go on.
Anyways, they're taking out each of these members one by one, and then we keep cutting back to Domino, and she's just like, I don't fucking remember what I'm supposed to be doing because I have a head injury. And we cut to Cable as well, and we kind of see him still being evil, and he's like, hey, everything's going to plan. So then they use the actualization model to portal them to the base, and then we cut back again to Domino, and there's a bunch of these racists that come up, and they're like, hey, Muty Freak, you don't belong here. And this guy with like a sniper is pointing it at her, even though he's like in a truck like 2 feet away. And I'm like, why are you doing that? She's obviously gonna use her luck powers to beat the shit out of you in the next issue. And then those mutant liberation people are like in this little pit area, and they're like, hey, we're gonna beat the shit out of you so we can know what the fuck is up with this podcast that Callie is like up to, because I think that's like the person in charge of all the mutant liberation shit, actually. So that's where the issue ends, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. Not much really happened in it.
Seems very political.
Yeah, very much
Not
so.
like woke stuff. No, I mean it's a political.
Yeah, our resident Stoat here hates political stuff.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
No, but
it seems very
yeah.
like, ooh, we gotta deal with this faction and these like
Yeah,
things.
it very much was. I mean, the last shot's pretty cool with like all of them together, where it's like you just see the team all in one shot. I'm like, that's pretty cool. This is some good art. But other than that, it's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Use it though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not absolute though.
I mean, if we're talking about absolute, we gotta talk about absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman was so
Look at this
freaking good.
variant cover. Ooh.
He's so big. He's a big Batman.
I always love David Nakayama covers. They're so good. And he has a little like insignia. This is DNA
Yeah,
on
the
it.
DNA
I like that.
ones. Those are so cool.
It says 5/25. I guess he drew this in May 25th.
Holy shit. He's drawn ahead of time.
So, this comic was really good.
Fuck yeah,
It's
boy.
it starts with like him fighting the Robins and like he's getting his fucking ass handed to him. Like he gets thrown in a building and everything, and like they try to destroy the entire building, but they're like, "Oh, we checked for people in there. Let's fuck them up." And Batman's still alive, but like Harley Quinn's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get all these like bat drones in because you know what? A funny fact about bats is that like a bat may stay with the colony, but it can also fuck off and do its own thing.
Yeah.
But the colony will never forget him." And you see all these like funny little bat drones come out, and like Batman grabs a drone and like leaves. And there's like a bunch of other drones. Like I think they're targeting Dick Grayson. He's going, ah! And he's like being like hit by like fucking crows and shit.
I think it is hilarious that one of these small drones can drag his like 421-pound ass up into the sky.
Yeah.
That was a little unbelievable, but I'm like, oh, maybe it's made out of like some really dense thing.
Maybe it's like a
Holy
super
shit.
heavy metal or some shit. I don't know.
Something like that. Oh, it's Batmanium. That's what it's made out of.
It's Batmania!
You know that's a real thing in the comics, right?
Is it?
Yes. In Dark Knight's Metal, there's this thing called Batmanium.
It's like how everyone criticized Transformers 4 for having a metal called Transformium.
Yeah.
That's really funny. You get a flashback of like him with like a family. Not the Maggia. There's something else. No, that's Marvel. Marvel's Maggia.
He's
What
working
is
with
Falcone's?
I think it's literally just he's working for Falcone, which is part of the mafia.
Yeah. So like, Jim Gordon's coming over and he's like, "Hey, I know, I know you're working with the Falcones. Like, you know, what are you doing?" He's like, I'm paying a debt or some shit. And Bruce's like, "All right, I appreciate it, but you know, before you go, I apologize what I'm about to say." And he yells, "You heard me! Get out of here, you pig! And don't you ever come back!" And Falcone's like, "Oh, balls of steel, impressive."
It's funny he says that, and they're in front of like a Piggy's Deli place. I just noticed that.
We cut to this like giant cathedral with a bunch of fucking people, because Jim Gordon is officially dead, which is a very ballsy move on Scott Snyder's part. I really do like that. So he's talking about like, "Oh, Jim Gordon was always there for me. I miss you, Dad. Blah blah blah." And then you see all the fucking Robins show up, and they're like, "We know it was Batman. We want to get justice on him. Street justice."
Well,
Jason,
also, like,
now it's not the time. And he's like, "It's exactly the time."
I love that shot. Like, it's just a little panel, but like all of Batman's friends, who are the Riddler, Penguin, Two-Face, and Killer Croc, are all just sitting there like respectfully.
Yes. So like, they're all talking to Barbara Gordon, and she's like, "Well, I just saw you guys level a building." And Stephanie Brown, I think, is like, "Oh, we did a full search. Everyone's been evacuated." But she's like, "Oh, I'm not sure what the law is anymore. I don't think my dad would approve of you being Robins or whatever." And then we cut to all the fucking Rogues Gallery people. Like, you got like Two-Face guy looking emo as fuck. You got Killer Croc with like a little necklace. You got the Riddler being the guy from Meet the Robinsons, the ball cat, the bull hat guy,
The bowler hat guy.
and then you have the Penguin as well. And they're all talking and everything. And what's really funny is that like the Penguin's sort of like antagonizing Killer Croc, or I think his name's Waylon or something, and like
Yeah.
he takes his like little stick and like slowly lifts like the necklace that Wonder Woman gave him, and he turns into the Croc, and he's like, ah! It's like that's really funny. Like that's the only thing keeping him human.
Did you notice that they're just like they find this matchbook here and they're just lighting matches and like throwing them for some reason? I don't know if there's
I'm
like
not sure about that.
any. I'm wondering if that's like some kind of reference to something I haven't like looked into yet.
They also see like a little matchbox or like a gutter, so maybe they're doing that or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
But
noticed that.
they're basically being like, oh, Bruce is like, we gotta fuck up Bruce and blah blah blah, and Killer Croc's like, no, we still have each other. It's fine. Just believe in Bruce.
I think they're also like fighting their nature of like I want to be evil, and it's like no, don't do that. We need to like help our friend out. And I think if that's where the direction of the story is going, is that the villains are going to be his friends, that's going to be kind of fucking cool.
And then we got a scene that I didn't think was gonna happen over like few issues. He meets Jack Grimm, and they both know who each other is. Like he's just standing on like the a little like ledge and was like, "Hey, you all right?
Yeah, he's like on a
Don't jump
steel beam,
off."
like stories high. You literally like see the clouds around buildings.
And then it's like, "Oh, I'm Jack Grimm," and he's like, "You!" And he starts trying to punch me. It's like, I know who you are. Like I know. And he turns into the fucking Joker demon, and he's like, you were just a funny side project, but I'm gonna make sure you reach your full potential." And like Bruce just falls off the steel beam, but Jack Grimm catches him. He's like, "No, not letting you do that. I will let you know when you're finished. You don't." And he's like, "There's one thing I say today. Let it be this: Batman isn't yours to end. He's mine." And he's just getting started. But we also see like an Arc M level of transformation and plasticity, and it's making like a Batman thing. Is that Clayface?
Yeah, that's Clayface because I think he's in the next issue.
That makes sense. So we're getting absolute Clayface next issue. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I am excited for this because it's like I like this interpretation of Joker rather than him being like a chaos person. He's like literally a rich person that's like, oh, I'm going to make you like this vigilante who is like running amok in my city, and I'm the hero who has to fight you.
Yes.
Like, it's such a interesting interpretation of things, and I can't wait to see.
Basically, Joker is basically rich Joker. Like he took all of Batman's wealth.
Yes, he's very much like a representation of like, you know, Donald Trump and a bunch of other fucking rich billionaires here in real life.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
But speaking of rich billionaires,
yes, we're talking about Green Arrow.
Look at his variant cover. Isn't it cool?
Oh shit! I didn't even see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
It is the Care Andrews one. That's kind of cool. I like it. I like the dynamic of like them fighting and stuff. I didn't really like this issue.
You didn't like it. We still got to talk about why. So I'm gonna cover it.
Yeah, okay, you do that.
So, anyways, the issue opens up with Dinah talking about like, I did not expect to see like a dead child in your basement, like growing eyes, Ollie. That's like fucked up. And she's like having a dream that the person underneath the Green Arrow identity is Ollie. And she's like just having a nightmare, and he grows like a bunch of eyes himself. She wakes up with like a nosebleed, and she's like, I've had these like migraines. It started when I was a kid. And of course I had a lot on my mind because damn it, Ollie, even without the kid dead, like your body also like showed up on shore. So he's dead, and like more people. She kind of just like recasts like all the people that died in the last issue. She's like, this is just like fucked up. So then we get like a bunch of news channels like off of TikTok, which is what we saw in like the last issue too, talking about like Jubal Slade and Hector Hammond, and like there's this fucking creepy picture of Jubal Slade with like two young girls on a couch. I'm like, Jesus, that's like messed up. So they're also talking about like Green Arrow graffiti is popping up. People are like tagging buildings, being like, "Hey, Green Arrow, this is where you should get the next creep. Like, please." So Dinah's like picking up, trying to pick up clues and get news on like what's happening. Her and Merlin both get like new suits that are like arrow proof. So she's got like new digs on. They go to check out Roy Harper. He's not there. He's been out for like a couple months, is what they say. And Merlin tries to start talking with her. She's just like zones him out. And then they go to meet Mia Dearden, who is doing like boxing. So you go to talk to her. She's like, "You said that this guy would be good at fighting. I beat the shit out of him in like 2 hits." So they're like,
and then she gets in the ring too.
yeah. She's like, "If you want to talk to me, you're gonna have to fight with me." And Dinah's like, "Okay." So then we get a cut back to like 6 years ago.
So I want to recap this bit. This is the part I don't like. They make Ollie, not an enabler per se, but just like,
I would say yes. I would say yeah, he is an enabler, which I think is an interesting take, because
he's
this
very
doesn't
passive on like his friend being Epstein, basically.
Yeah, because he's like, I'll talk to him and like I want to keep him in my circle. It's like, dude, cut him out of the circle. He's already being a freaking weirdo.
Yeah,
is what Mia's telling him, and I understand why you don't like it, but I think it's an interesting take to be like, hey, Ollie, this guy who was like super pro this and this and this, also has problems because he's also like a rich guy.
well,
so I think
the reason why he's doing this, like he's allowing Jubal to be Epstein, is because he was his friend. He was his roommate. He still sees him as the roommate and not this like weirdo pedo creep, basically. So like,
yeah, and I think this is like
and
a good
it
lesson.
even says it didn't matter how rich they got to Ollie. Jubal was still the awkward nerd who tutored him through college. He was still an underdog, and Ollie never give up on an underdog.
Yeah, and I think this is like a good interpretation of like that kind of circle that people are in, where it's like, oh, you're rich, or like you get brought up together, and then the person starts doing bad things, and you're like, I don't want to give up on them. It's like, okay, but like this person's like committing like the worst acts. Like, you need to not like let this go by. So I think this is an interesting take on like a different Oliver Queen. I do want to know like more of this history though. I want to see like how it unfolds and whatnot. And like, I didn't like, before he was killed, he was gonna go after Jubal. Like, he was like, hey, like he's doing some bad shit. Like, it got to a point where he was going to be Green Arrow and kill this guy pretty much, but then he was killed off beforehand. So it certainly got to a point where it was like Ollie's like, hey, I'm gonna take this guy down. So, but I think it being revealed that it's kind of Ollie's fault for it too is kind of an interesting thing, where it's like, hey, Ollie, maybe he wouldn't have gotten to that point if you didn't make up so many excuses for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that interesting. But Mia and Dinah are going like blow for blow. They're fighting each other, and she's like, "Oh, what are you like? You just go and talk about shit on like social media. You don't actually like do shit. I do shit." And she's like, "Oh yeah, you work for like these bad people. Like you just like take it." Like, you know,
They say specifically like,
oh yeah, she says, what do you do for your bonus, huh? Personally groom his 15-year-old, and then she just like starts going at her and like flips her and beats the shit out of her.
She also says like, before that, like, hey, did you know billionaire wealth increased over 80% these last 4 years? You know what doubled in that time? Homelessness in America. And I'm
Gee,
like,
yeah, this book is like
but
going
that's
for the
okay. I'm
throat.
sure we can find an immigrant group to blame on. And I'm like, this is
Yeah,
accurate.
that's so fucking real. So,
Remember, the root of all evil isn't like some minority; it's rich people.
yep. And I think that's the great thing about this book. So, anyways, she meets Mia, and she's like, Ollie was worried, okay. He had a son, which
Yes, Connor Hawk's
reveals
in it.
in this, yes, which is cool. So, she goes to follow Connor Hawk, who's back in town. She apparently knew about him because they had slept together before. It was revealed in, like, the last issue that Dinah and Ollie
Oh,
were a
so
thing
it's
for a
her
little bit.
kid in this.
No, no,
Okay.
it's not. It's and that's not the way it is in the other universe either. Ollie like slept with some lady overseas, and then they had a kid, and then he didn't know about him for a long time, and then he's like, "Shit, I'm sorry. I will now raise you, and you will become Green Arrow." So that's what happens in the main universe. But in this universe, she's following him, goes to this like old mansion, and then he gets the jump on her, and then she disarms the gun from him. He's like, "Hey, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I just know that my dad sent me a video telling me I need to find like my uh inheritance and like do it quietly because my enemies are gonna come after me." And he's like, "I don't know what the hell Miracolo is or why this Mia girl's obsessed with it." And she's like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" And she like, hear a noise, and there's just this dead guy like strung up with arrows in him. He gets shot in the neck, and it's in such a purposeful way that the blood gets on her face, blinds her, and we get this awesome shot
It's
again
this like
of
giant
Green Arrow.
one-page spread of like Green
It's
Arrow. It
so
looks
beautiful.
so good.
It's so cool. You notice that his bow is two swords,
It is.
which is
It's like
really
it's like
freaking cool.
machetes.
Yeah.
That may be a hint towards who he actually is. I'm not sure.
I I'll tell you about this later, but
Yeah.
uh a- anyways, he starts like shooting at them. Connor comes out. He shoots at the Green Arrow, and he's like, "It's him, isn't it? He killed my dad." And he takes an arrow and he ricochets off a bunch of stuff, and he kills Connor,
So
and
it's
Connor dies.
definitely not Ollie
It is
then.
not Ollie. And this person, I don't know if they're a good guy or a bad guy now, because it's like, well, shit, he just killed this guy. Like, I don't know what the sins of Connor were. Like, he just seemed like he was here to get his inheritance and go. And he's just like, your friend tried to kill me. And if you truly knew what Hammond was planning, how depraved it is, you'd agree we've all lost the luxury to turn the other cheek. So he's just like, I don't feel bad about the fucking killing that guy. Bye. So she's like, hey, like, I've got to take both these people out. I got to take the Green Arrow and Hammond out. And while she's having like that monologue, she gets a call, and it's like, we just got a lead on Roy Harper. He's here in town, and he's digging up Oliver Queen's grave. And that's where it leaves off on, is just him like digging the grave out. So we're gonna see if Oliver Queen is dead or not.
So who do you think is
I
Green
don't
Arrow?
know who this could possibly be. I'm gonna be real. Like,
It's not Roy Harper. It's not Ollie.
I don't think it's Mia either. But like,
It's
I don't know.
Hammond. No. I'm kidding.
Or it could be Kevin Smith's other Ollie, who was like a homunculus,
What?
who was okay. There, quick
Huh?
explanation of this. There was a Kevin Smith run of Green Arrow
Sure.
where Green Arrow had died, but then all of a sudden he was back, and people were like, "Oh, he's back," and it's like, technically that's not actually Ollie. That is just a like homunculus of him, and his soul is actually up in heaven. And this Ollie doesn't know anything, and he like only knows like so much of history that happened because he's like in trash. He's like got this trash uniform, and he's just like quoting things from like the original era of like when Green Arrow came out, and Dinah and everybody's like, what is going on? So ends up figuring out that this is just like a husk body, and
Okay.
real Ollie is up in heaven. So they go and they get in contact with him, and he's like, I don't want to come back. Heaven's awesome. But then they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, fuck it. I'll come back. And he fuses with the homunculus Ollie,
What?
and that's how he comes back to life.
So heaven
And that's
is like a confirmed thing in the DCU.
oh yeah, I mean the presence exists, so it has to.
Huh.
Like Lucifer and all that is like a whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But anyways, I didn't know
Man,
you didn't know about that.
But that story really did come in and out of heaven like a flash. Boom! Absolute flash. This is really fucking
Absolute
good.
Flash.
You need to fucking catch up.
I will get on it.
It's so good. It's so good. Gorilla Grodd's back, and he has a dad.
Whoa, a dad?
Like he's like in this like I guess it's a like abandoned strip mall. Yeah, it's abandoned strip mall, and he is like trying to grab a rat or something, and there's like a bunch of like mercenaries pointing guns. He's like, "Oh, run away!" And he finds his dad, and he's like, "Oh, there are bad men coming," and the Papa Gorilla Grodd like roars at them. So we cut to Wally. He's reading a book. He's like, okay, so future me talked about how there's like a below of Still Point or something, and he's like, what? And he has this book that says what lies below Still Point, and one of the symbols is Darkseid's Omega symbol. Are we getting some more Darkseid lore?
Perhaps.
So he's like trying to figure it out, but he gets like this vision of like Gorilla Grodd roaring, and Wally's like, it hurts. And he's like, okay, Grodd's alive somewhere. I gotta find him. So he gets a call from his sort of girlfriend, and she's like, oh, well, I'm in Iron Heights. Where are you? And he just runs. He's like, I'm right here. So she's like, okay, well, we gotta go, somewhere. And he's like, yeah, let's go find Gorilla Grodd. So, like, they go to, like, the where they think he is in, like, the strip mall area. And, they're in the strip mall, and I guess Gorilla Grodd is, like, possessing a bunch of police officers because they have green eyes and stuff. So, like, they have, mind stuff. So they're all chasing after him. There's also like the mercenaries from before with the guns, and they're running away from them. But they eventually find Gorilla Grodd because they're about to be shot, and Gorilla Grodd does like the Matrixing of like holding the bullets. And it's like, oh, you're alive. I'm so glad you're okay. And like Gorilla Grodd's like holding his face, and it's like, oh, you're a friend. So he like mind melds with him, and he's like, oh shit, your dad is alive, and like you're hidden somewhere. So and like even the girl is like, I can hear you in my head, and he's like, yeah, he can do that. So oh yeah, she also showed up there because she was like, I want to pet a monkey. So she would have pet the monkey.
That's like the same mindset I have. I'm just like, monkey.
So they go to where the dad is, but the dad's gone. And the monkey gets like captured knife point by one of the mercenaries from the first few issues. The one with the giant orange head.
Oh, a trickster.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry, kid. There's no other way. We gotta kill Grodd.
Damn.
Apparently this is Gorilla City, which is interesting. Because it says, Absolute Flash in Gorilla City. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Gorilla City, let's go.
Good stuff. I like the monkey.
We like the monkey.
We like the monkey. I think he gave like an 8 or something. You need to catch up. You need to read more. Please read more of this. I really appreciate it. It would be my dream for you to read this.
Uh-huh.
Dream Girls.
I'm excited to talk about this. This is probably our best book of the week.
I wanna recap it. Okay.
Okay. You recap and we'll just talk about certain things.
The art is so fucking good in this book. Oh my god, the art is so fucking good in this book.
I like the section when they're like awake.
The faces are like, there's this like scene of like Galaxy looking both tired and smug at the same time, and it's like, yeah.
I like that shot too.
Also, she's got them. What's the word I'm looking for? She's muscular. We talked about how she's like
Yeah, I was like surprised about how jacked she is. I was like, shit, she's like ripped.
But you know, Galaxy's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers. A real set of badonkers. Packing some Donbon honkeros. Massive Dehunka bahonkalos. Big old Tonghangara cougars. So big, Bongkong hungahoogs. Humongous Hongalonga Honolonga hungagus.
Yeah.
Galaxy's a wood.
Of course she is for you.
She's hot. Fuck you. I have emotional attachment to her. Okay.
You do. You've been reading a lot of her
basically
stuff.
The crux of this situation is that they're wanting Galaxy out of the Justice League because she's too powerful and we can't stop her. And like almost everyone is like, that's a bad idea, don't do that. The only people that are up for that is Jessica Cruz and Guy Gardner.
Yeah, the cop characters.
And maybe Batman. Everyone's just like, no, we don't fucking want that. I think Star Sapphire, also is on there.
No, she's like, no, let's not do that because like I used to be a bad guy. Like I used to do bad things, but you guys gave me a chance to be a good person.
I
was controlled.
There's a very funny scene where like, Galaxy comes in and she goes, objection. And Cat's like, this meeting is a violation of habeas corpus. And Batman's like, Galaxy's not being detained. Habeas corpus doesn't apply.
I love him. He's just so cut and dry. He's just like, that doesn't work. I love Ollie too, just being like, just willing to throw down with everybody that has a problem.
Oh yeah, no, he wants to beat the shit out of people. He's like, do not talk about my trans daughter.
For real. He's just like, come on, they're both cool. Like, chill. But, you guys are just fucking.
You know, I'll have you recap the dream sequences. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, what's going on with Dreamer is she's just like stuck in her dream world. Key is like, come on, Galaxy Net would have never stopped trying to wake you. That's why you like sent her out of here because you kept her safe and stuff like that. He's just trying to like manipulate her. He's transforming into like all the forms he was in like the previous issues, and then finally he transforms into John Kent, and that's the form that gets Dreamer like, "You're here, you're real."
It's John Kent, dude. He makes me feel funny things. Which I was like, wait, does he have a fucking boyfriend? Doesn't John have the fucking boyfriend?
I informed you that at the end of the Secret Six book. That they broke up because he turned into a fucking bad guy who wanted to take over a whole entire country. Oh. And he started like, I think in that book too, he started having feelings for Dreamer, and that's where this has started to come up, where they're trying to make them a couple, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Sure,
you know?
Sure,
very cool.
But since Galaxy has like all of these, like she has energy sensing powers and like she can control energy. All of these screens are making her act like Chuck from Better Call Saul.
That's so true. I never even thought of that.
I just came up with it right now.
That's so good.
Which is accurate though.
Well, Galaxy, if you really had this, explain why this phone's in your pocket. I am not crazy. This is a chicanery.
So she's like suffering because she's like all this energy, and I need this. I need the TVs off, please. And like everyone's arguing about her, and she's like on the ground, and the guy Gardner's like, well, she's dangerous, she's different, and he has like a giant construct of a finger pointing at her. He's like, please don't do that.
He needs to get one punched again, like in Justice League International,
But
when Batman like punched him.
But here's the thing, John Kent is in this issue, but not as Tomorrow Man, just as Superboy, I guess, or Superman.
Yeah,
I don't know. And like, Guy Gardner's the Pope still in this. What's the continuity of this? It's when Guy Gardner's Pope, but it takes place before the whole Superboy thing. Which doesn't make sense. Which doesn't make sense because both happen at the same time. Because Reign of the Superboys happens post DCKO, where Guy Gardner's the Pope. So it's like, and then I realized this takes place after, and I was like, wait a second.
I don't know if it does.
The Tomorrow Man thing is probably like just a temporary thing, which you will get to. You'll get to in a bit. But
it might be. It might not be. We'll see. I kind of like him taking up the Tomorrow Man like identity because it's different from being Superman and Superboy, because those are identities that are already taken. And I like that Slott was like, he's going to become his own superhero. And I was like, that's actually really cool. So I think this takes place beforehand in my mind, because this could take place all in one day, is what it seems like. Because this doesn't seem like it cuts off from like anything else. So it could be taking place all in one day, and then we get the Tomorrow Man and all that John Kent stuff like afterwards.
I will say
there's also like planning of being like, maybe Jadzia didn't know.
I will say Batman's like, oh, you need to explain Nautor, and Galac's like, okay, doesn't proceed to explain Nautor, just explains the Cyandi situation. Like, what?
Oh, is that okay?
But
I was like, that's something I wouldn't know.
But everyone's so fucking bickering about like, oh, well, what is the Justice League? Oh, it's like a volunteer fire department. Oh, we're extending our amnesty to supervillains. Why not Galaxy? And everyone's like sort of bickering, and then Galaxy's like, the Justice League is a dream. That's what separates him from the Green Lantern, something to aspire to. Maybe that's not realistic, but in my experience, if a dream doesn't fit into reality, you don't abandon the dream, you change reality. Which I've been thinking about this for a lot, and this is gonna come up in like, I'm gonna make like a big old Galaxy Dreamer like video. A lot of Jadzia's writing, especially with Galaxy, has her going on massive soliloquies about like, this is what I believe, and blah 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 blah. And Jadzia even admitted this on Blue Sky, that she likes writing Galaxy as sort of a supervillain, of like her doing like the villain speech, but without being the villain. Which I think is a very, I'm not sure if I like that, but it is a very interesting writing quirk that I've noticed, because I've been reading a lot of like Galaxy stuff, and like a lot of times when she's like, oh, I'm gonna take revenge on this one guy, she talks and she's about to fucking kill him. So it's like, that's interesting. Like, are we gonna, like, I obviously know that like they're not gonna write her, she's not gonna write Galaxy supervillain, obviously not, because that's her
I think she's just like,
but she is
saying
sort of
that
like,
it's like that.
She is sort of like leaning into that a little bit, and like especially with the Justice being like, she's fucking too powerful, like she controls energy and shit, that's like a super broken power. Galaxy's like, no, I wouldn't hurt anyone, and like I save people and shit.
I think that this is like a great argument too, like, what is the difference between a cop and a firefighter? And it's like, cops are fucking not good, and firefighters are actually like fucking awesome. Like, that's basically like what this argument is. I'm just like, yeah, basically like they're showing like the Green Lanterns aren't like that great.
Yes.
So we get like another shot of like the dream realm, and it's just like this montage of Dreamer and Dream John like having a great time. She's like, "Oh, this is great. This is perfect." And then it cuts back to reality. Snap back to
Oh yeah,
reality.
and they talk about the hot girl thing, which I haven't read yet. I will read at some point. But it's like, oh, you were controlled by Vulpecula. The fuck is that? I'll read Hot Girl eventually. They're like, oh, you like, but Galaxy was almost defeated Vulpecula and everything. But they're like, oh, but she was still like, uh, we're still trying to like, uh, protect Galaxy, and like she defeated her, and everyone's like turning against fucking Jessica and Gardner again. They're the only ones who are like against it. And
For
everyone's like,
real.
Jessica,
The
what
two
the
cop
fuck?
characters.
Even like Wonder Woman's like, this flies in the face of everything trying to do with her amnesty program, Jessica. If this is your best argument, I can't support it like base.
By the way, I want to say, look at freaking Wonder Woman's arms in that panel of her between Green Arrow and
She buff.
Hot Girl. She's freaking jacked.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
But Guy Gardner, being Guy Gardner, like antagonizes Galaxy, and he wants her to blow up, and she's like, turn the screens off, and all the screens go, brah! And he's like, okay, I'm out of here. And then we get the panel that Jadzia has been posting a while, which is like her crying with Argus, and it's like,
Oh,
I need to
or
hold
Galaxy.
you. Did I say
She got her
Galaxy?
emotion.
Galaxy with Argus? Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And then we cut back
because I
to-
thought this panel was like the end of the issue where it's like, Galaxy, you're hereby no longer part of the Justice League, and she's crying.
Yeah.
But no, she just had a blow up, and it's like, valid crash out, queen, go off.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Guy Gardner's just being a fucking transphobic dick.
I wouldn't say
That's
transphobic, but he's being a dick.
I mean, there's heavy implications, I would say. He's being pretty not good, especially
well,
around
that's Guy
people
Gardner.
that
He's a
are-
dick.
Yeah. Anyways, we go back to the dream. Her and Dream John are sitting on the couch. She gives him a kiss, and they're watching a movie. And he's like, "Oh, you're trouble. I could eat you up. And you know what? I think I will." And he turns into this giant monster version of the Key, and you just see this reflection in TV. It's horrifying. He looks like freaking Violator from Spawn.
Yes.
That's what he looks like.
But she's like, we still see her like crying, and then we see, apparently, the first trans character in DC, Kate Godwin.
Hell yeah.
Who was Coagula, apparently. I haven't read anything
from Doom
that,
Patrol.
Yeah, from Doom Patrol. I haven't read anything from that character. But she's like not part of the Justice League. She's like IT support. She's trying to like fix something. He's also having a heart attack. And Guy's like, let me like fix your energy. And she's like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And she pets the dog. She's like, oh, it's this little, what was his sidekick? Spark Plug? And Argus like, my sobriquet is Argus, and I am certainly not Galaxy's sidekick. I am a protector. He's like, I'm sure you are, little guy. But Jadzia, love the writer. She spoiled this weeks before this got revealed. I kind of wish it was kept a secret a little more because it was a big reveal. Like, oh my god, it's fucking Kate Godwin. You know?
Yeah.
Like, this is a major fucking, this is major representation character. So, like, they're like, oh, I want to, like, help people, but, like, I want to be part of the Justice League, but it feels like I'm not allowed to fuck up. And she's like, well, I get it. You're doing your best to be perfect, because if you're perfect, I don't have reason to abandon you, but nobody can keep that up. People deserve to see all of you, even if they can't handle it. And if they go, well, their loss. I tried for Justice League once. They didn't want me. But I found people who did. I'm guessing the Doom Patrol. And now the League calls me for help. And then she gives her a fucking Petrushka doll. He's like, here, take it.
Which, that's a reference to the run that she's in for Doom Patrol. She gets that doll.
Oh.
And that's, like, a big moment for her. So,
yeah,
I need to read it and, like, see
like,
what more context that has.
But she's like, I gotta say, it's so great to see a sister of the Justice League feels like I was the only trans lesbian these cape types have met. And it's like, yeah, they're real trans lesbian. Good.
I also think what she says to her is just like really awesome. Where it's like, hey, like, you know what? If they don't want you in here, fuck them. Like, be a good guy anyway. Like, just prove them wrong.
And so Galaxy's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to them, but I may be out of Justice League for good because of this. So she turns off everyone's voices. She's like, okay, I'm the one who's hearing this. I tried so hard to be a member of the Justice League, but you're all great, but I'm fucked up. But if you don't like that because you're fearful of me, you can fuck right off. And she just storms off.
Which is great.
So she like goes to Dreamer and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do the dream energy thing I did from As the World Falls Down, and I'm gonna like do a little pinky promise with you, and I'm gonna go in your mind. And then we see she's married.
Yeah,
we see a dream sequence of like her being Dreamer being a bride with the fucking Dracula looking dude.
But she's like lost her mind.
Yes.
And it's like, oh shit, he's like fully manipulated her into trying to get these Akashic records is what they're calling them, which we still don't really know what these things are.
I thought it was explained that like the vampire guy was just a figment of her imagination, but I guess not. I guess he's a dream demon or something.
That's the key. The key is like this big villain that has fought yeah, that's literally his name's the Key.
The Key.
And he's got a sidekick named Peel. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Anyways,
I did not read the G. Willow Wilson arc or story. Did not look good.
Yeah, I flipped
Overall,
through it.
That was some good shit. I cannot wait for the final issue to come out next week.
I hope we get like a series or something maybe out of this for either one of them.
I've been saying this for the longest time. Give us a Galaxy ongoing, please. I'd appreciate it. It'll sell. Trust me, it'll sell. Give me the issue. Just here's what you do. Okay, DC, for listening to me. Jancy here for listening to me. Here's what you do. Okay. Jamal Campbell released a 12 issue Zatanna miniseries. Just like kind of test waters of like, do people want like a Zatanna thing? That sold amazingly. And then it got ongoing. Just do that. See if people would want like a Galaxy ongoing. I do. I would buy every issue. And if it does well, then there you go. Like we're having issues with like DC not really being that great for like black representation. But you cannot fuck up with the trans representation by giving us a Galaxy book.
Yeah, it would be really cool.
It'll be good shit.
I also, by the way, if you don't know who Extrano is, the guy who showed up in the last issue,
gay guy?
He is he's the first gay DC character.
Oh.
So that's why he has shown up and is kind of like important to this.
Like, if you make a Galaxy ongoing, the amount of income you're going to receive is unlimited. Issue 14. So this issue takes place at the end of the Reign of the Superboys arc. There's like this guy in this mech being like, I'm gonna steal some kryptonite from Metallo's chest, because like Metallo's like a kryptonite heart or whatever. What's really interesting, Dan Slott posted about this. He made this like cool little invention called the Shazap. And what this is you take a picture of superhero and it tells you what superhero it is. That's a really cool invention. It's the like phone app. I want to see if they do anything with it in the future. But I take a picture of Tomorrowman and like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the hell is this guy?
So, Superboy's like, oh, I'm gonna melt this guy, and he's like, whoa, calm down, Superboy. That's not a supervillain. Just a guy in a mech. He's just an average guy, and he's like, average? How dare you? Oh no, this isn't the guy who's stealing the Kryptonite heart. He's just a dude running a rampage. Okay, the Kryptonite heart is a little later. So they're like, they apprehend them and they're leaving, and then we cut to the Kent family farm, and she's talking to like Mom, Pa, Kent, and she's like, "Oh, I have a feeling that Superboy isn't actually Superboy, and that who's this other person with him? And you see Crypto. Crypto just sitting right there with his cape." But they're like, "Oh, there's like two Superboys," and Pa Kent's like, "What? We just had Superboy Prime over. How many of them are there?" and Ma
I mean,
Kent's
we're not
like,
even
"Good
talking
gracious,
about Connor.
good gracious! It's like it's raining Superboys,
Oh my
like
God.
rain of the Superboys." So
Get it?
so she's talking about like, "Oh, you have like a mom instinct, and you'll know," and Lois is like, I want this to be my son, but I don't know if it'll be my son. And Ma Kent's like, "Good, now you got that out of the system. Lois, Joanne, Lane, you have work to do." And Lois is like, "Martha, if I ever need someone to step in as editor-in-chief of the planet, you got the job." So they're fighting this like one girl named Volcana. She's like a fire girl or something. And there's this one person who is named Data Scream. I don't know what Data Scream is. I thought it was that one girl was in Superman Chains of Love, but that's a different character.
Doesn't sound like anything I know. Sounds unfamiliar to me.
But she's like taking a video of like, "Oh, I have an exclusive report from the Newsboy Legion of the two superheroes fighting Volcana." And like Tomorrow Man's fighting her off, and like there's like fire everywhere, and Superboy's like, "Oh, I'm having PTSD. I'm having traumatic flashbacks of my past of the volcano." So Tomorrow Man's like, he does like his super breath on Volcana, and she's like frozen or whatever. But Tomorrow Man like grabs Superboy's shoulders, like, "Okay, calm down. Nothing can hurt you. You're not on that Earth anymore. You're in Metropolis. Nothing can hurt you, Superboy." And they leave, and Data screams like, "Oh, what was that about? Don't forget to like and subscribe."
Oh my God.
So Lois comes in, and she's like trying to find out what happened to John Kent. Where is my son? And she's like, "Okay, I gave him the job of the Daily Planet, but there's his badge here." She's like, "What the fuck is this?" So then they go stop the guy who's trying to get the heart of Metalos, and like it's kryptonite. So Tomorrow Man and John Kent, or Superboy and Tomorrow Man can't like touch it, and they're like, we gotta find some way to transport this. And then we cut to Lois at the Steelworks campus. We have Steel with Pippa, Super Monkey, or Super Chimp, or whatever. So they're in like this like red sun enclosure where the Super Chimp can't like become the Super Chimp. It's just a monkey, and he's like, "Oh, he would live his happy life as a monkey in here." And then he goes out, and he's like, "Oh, hi, honey, hello." And his wife's like, "Oh, yes, hello, dear. I'm just working on kryptonite over here." Because they got married in the Summer of Superman special or whatever. So they're testing out kryptonite, but something goes wrong, and all the fucking kryptonite shows up and kills dudes. They're like, "Oh, shit, we gotta get out of here." So I guess the wife becomes like a green kryptonite lady, and she's like, "Oh, I'm green, and there's like kryptonite growing on me," which is interesting. So Tomorrow Man and Superboy show up, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta make sure that everyone's okay. Remember, we're here to save everybody because..." And Superboy's like, "We're heroes, and those are the rules. Kid, you are acing this." So you see one of the Mole Men show up, and it's like, "Oh, don't go inside, there's so much kryptonite." And they're like, "Whatever, we'll go in, we'll fight him." So we see Steel like using his hammer to like destroy some kryptonite, and like what's interesting is that like Steel looks at Superboy, and he's like, Beppo was safe in his enclosure. Hell, it's better than a doomsday bunker." In fact, if you could go inside your enclosure now, that would be for the best. And Tomorrow's like, whoa, hold on a fuck, what are you talking about? And Superboy's like, fucking bright burn, being like, this is your plan. Just trap me in a volcano. I don't think so. Steel's like, oh, I'll apologize later tomorrow, but this kid is kind of fucking me over. And he beats him up and he picks up his hammer, and Superboy is just Piper now. And he's like, oh shit, this is not the past version of me. Because Volcana, he didn't react to Volcana, he didn't know any of my supervillains. He was kind of just like clueless. And then we cut to Best Robin. Best Robin is like, I know exactly what's going on. You see, when I met with Superboy, he wasn't like, the real Superboy would have said hi to me right away and asked a dozen dumb questions, and he'd want to hang out, and he'd be stupid and annoying. But he did not do that. Instead, he didn't even react to his rogues, and blah 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 blah. And Robin's like, I can tell from your body language, you solved it, haven't you, Dad? And Batman's like, yes, but if you had all the information, if you had all the information I have, you would have solved it too, Damian. And here's a little decrypted file. We were on Earth 3, and they had Ultraman, Superwoman, and Owlman. The last time I was here, Superwoman was pregnant with Ultraman's child, which took place in Batman Superboy's Finest, 48-49. That was a number of years ago, give or take 9 months. And Damian's like, he's not Superboy, he's Ultra Boy! And I'm like, oh shit! No way! Such a massive reveal!
My question is, why is he wearing Superboy's clothes then?
I guess Texas, when he showed up, was like, put him in a thing.
This shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking Superboy. Or Ultra Boy. So I'm like, okay. So there was a big theory that they were gonna like not age revert John Kent. Mm-hmm. And instead, they were going to like have
just give
the
a Superboy one
being like a clone or like part of Texas' secret plan.
It's just like a time displaced John Kent.
No, it's Ultra Boy.
Yeah, that was the original theory we had, was that it was just a time displaced John Kent, but no.
But it's like his Ultraman's son, and I'm like, oh shit.
Damn.
But yeah, good shit. This next week's not next week, like next one's gonna be the final issue of like this current Reign of the Superboys arc, which is funny because the cover says Reign's End, but it's not Reign's End. That's next issue. Very strange. But
that
like,
weird.
We're gonna get the finale of this, and then it's gonna be Kingdom of Zod, baby. Man, this was almost the end of this event. You could say the end of this event's life. Number 5. This comic was so funny. I laughed out loud at numerous moments. This is such a good comic. So recap is that Eddie, he's an ex-hitman. He's in this town of Pluto, and there's this like woman who runs a gas station like store, and her kid is kidnapped by like the comic artist guy who did Wrong Dog. He's like a canceled right-wing bigot or whatever, and he's like, should we just kill the kid? Which is funny because like in the previous panel, Eddie's like, oh, I don't know if they would kill your kid. I don't think they're the type of person. The next panel, I'm gonna kill this kid.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of like that moment where it's like very juxtaposition. And they do the same thing with the next page where it's like, fortunately no one knows we're holed up at the park. I bet that psychopath wouldn't even find us. And he's like, okay, I think I found them.
Oh my goodness.
So like he's like, I'm trying to find out where they are. He was in California, but he's here now. So where does he live? And the mom is like, I'm gonna call the cops. You'll figure out what's going on in 45 minutes. So he shows up at, I assume they're lesbians, the old lesbian couple of Leona and Ethel, or no, Gertrude and Ethel. I don't know who Leona is. Maybe that's the mom or something. So like they're talking about like, oh, we used to sneak up in the park and like know all sorts of entry points and everything. And there's like this rumor that like the main guy, I think his name is Richard Barkley. The main ground dog artist is has a secret apartment at the head of the Wrong Dog Park. And like they have a map, and it's like, no, that's not the right map. That doesn't have the boat ride. That's the 98 map instead. It's like it's the same shit. There's like both of them at the head. And she points at like a picture of like, you know, those like one of those like drop rides, like it lifts you up and then drops you.
Yeah.
They call it the Metaphor for Life Drop Tower.
Oh my goodness.
We're like, oh, we're feeling so nostalgic about this park, and he's like, okay, don't give a shit, bye. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my dad's place first. Oh my god, oh, no, you're not dead, okay. And so the dad's alive, and he's like, oh, I just got shot in the chest, but I'm okay. But I have the best damn cleaner on the planet. And his name is Brillo Johnson. He's like this Italian-looking guy with a mustache and an afro, and he's really cool. And he's like, okay, I have some other guys need to clean up first. Can you do that as well? And he's like, oh, well, how much money do you have? About $2,000. For $2,000, I'll sell you a shovel. And he's like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm leaving. And the dad's like, I'll put on my tab. Just don't worry about it. And Brillo's like, okay, boys, I got one more time before we skip town. So, like, Eddie's, like, packing his bag, and he's running, and the dad's like, hey, get the fuck back here! I just saved your ass and took a bullet for you and paid my hard-earned money to clean up some mystery corpse of yours, and I can't even get a thank you! And he's like, yeah, shut up, Dad. You can just only chew me out when I get back. Bye! And he's like, what the fuck? Get back here! So we get to the Wrong Dog Park. There's like a bunch of guards showed up. He's like knocks them all out. He grabs this speaker, and he speaks into the phone. He's like, Richard Smiley, I'm in your stupid theme park. I'm about to take a bunch of your little guards. I'm only here for the kid. I don't care what criminal nonsense you've been up to since showing us little cartoons. And it's like, cartoons? They're comic strips, you Philistine! If you let the kid go, I promise I won't kill the ever-loving mess out of you. If you've hurt the kid in any way, I'm gonna kill all of you and resuscitate you with one of those electric pad things so I can kill you again. I think that's called a defibrillator. You're focusing on the right part of what I'm saying. Focus on the part where you and everyone you love dies. And so everyone's like, oh, we gotta get out of here. We're just like, fuck a duck. We can make a deal, right? We can give you the kid. And he's like, okay, all right, sure. I'll leave you alone if you give me the kid. So they go out with the kid, and Eddie and Eddie's like, oh my god, it's you. Come on, let's get out of here. And he's like, I want the best. He looks like a puppet. He's like, Trent, what the fuck? And then all the Richard guys pointed guns at Eddie. He's like, okay, your name is Eddie? I've been calling you stupid asshole this whole time. And then the funniest fucking panel. It's like, okay, we're gonna kill you now. And Eddie's like, he's really thinking really hard. He's supposed to take a shit. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm trying to murder you all with my mind. I'm unlocking some latent power and fuck all of you over with my mind bullets. And
awesome.
And he's like, okay, finish this delusional prick off. And then the gang guys get shot, and they're like, holy shit, he's got mind bullets! And he's like, holy shit, I have mind bullets? No, it's the dad. It's the dad just in like a corner with a sniper rifle. It's like, okay, I'm gonna kill these guys. So he starts like picking off the gang members one by one, starts shooting everyone, and Smiley runs away. And they're like, okay, we lost him. And then it's like, oh shit, we're in the gas station with a bunch of police officers. Eddie's gonna kill us. And the mom's like, that's there to kidnap my baby. And Rich Swag's like, okay, yeah, that's us. Yeah, we're gone. We don't want to be killed by Eddie. And another funny panel, it's like, y'all got caught now. Y'all going to prison. I hope you get hella prison raped. And then the Trent's like, hi, Mama. I went to the theme park today.
That shit was so funny.
I gotta show you the panel because I took a picture of it. It is so funny. Like, his face, like, I gotta say, the art by Steve Pugh is, like, fucking amazing.
It's some of the best stuff. He worked on the Peacemaker book.
Yes, this is the same exact team as Peacemaker.
Which is great.
Look at this.
That face, it's so funny.
Look at that face. Like, hi, Mama. I went to the theme park today. That's amazing.
So funny.
So, like, they're back at the theme park, and, like, they're, and, like, the dad's, like, on a drop tower. He does a metaphor for life drop tower, and he's like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, oh, thank you. You see my ass back there. And he's like, okay, well, here's a box of shit. I don't know if it was because I hadn't seen all these years or an aging soft heart, but I forgot how all you do is ruin everyone's day. You've brought danger, menace, and death to this town I love. To poor deceased by Roos Town, so we can't allow it to continue. Your time is up. You gotta get the hell out of Pluto. You're an idiot. Fuck you. And he's like, wait, are you throwing me out? Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Next issue. Where the fuck are you supposed to go?
So good.
It's so funny.
This is like one of the best Vertigo comics coming out, aside Bleeding Hearts. These are like the only two that I'm reading.
Yeah, End of Life is so funny. There's this Wrong Dog comic of like Wrong Dog going, you guys ever think about how one day we'll be old and lose all control of our faculties and our memories will fade away and we'll just be frail, helpless, useless shells of ourselves?
Oh my god.
And the cat girl's like, life's too hard to dread getting too old. Ingrid Bergman once said getting old is like climbing a mountain. Get a little out of breath, but the view is much better. And the bird goes like, I, for one, look forward to spending my days in a recliner watching TV all day. And Ron Dog's like, well, some people just got all figured out, huh?
Oh my god.
Wrong Dog is so pathetic, but like...
It is.
It's a metaphor for the actual author of the Wrong Dog comment, like Kyle...
In the universe.
Not Kyle Starks. Yeah, I was gonna say I was about to say Kyle Higgins, which we will get to, because we're gonna talk about Teen Titans.
Yeah, okay.
So we're
getting in a news section here.
So we're getting into the comic reveals, but I want to talk about how we finally have more info on who's doing the Teen Titans book. We knew that
Kyle Higgins was
gonna write on it. Apparently, it's an artist named Danielle Di Nicuolo. She did the front cover. It looks very stylized. I'm kind of hoping the art is a little better than the interiors. I need to see the interiors first, but looks pretty good. But it's 32 pages. It's Kyle Higgins. I'm gonna get it. Oh. Danielle Di Nicuolo drew a lot of Nightwing.
Okay.
How much of Nightwing? Let me look this up. How much of Nightwing did he make? Oh shit! No fucking way! He did a bunch of like Power Rangers stuff.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he did Court, Children Round Table. Right. Oh, this book's gonna be fucking epic. Holy shit.
That's gonna be good.
Okay. Now this is epic. He did stuff for like everyone did something for like Mad About DC. Yeah, so he did Nightwing. How many issues of Nightwing? I guess he did some issues of Nightwing, but he also wrote like he drew some Supermassive stuff. But he's actually pretty accomplished. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. But yeah, good stuff. But we also have.
We got the first look at Absolute Batgirl.
Well, hold on. I'm not done with these issues yet.
Okay.
They announced two more in the same article. There's a Legion of Superheroes, which is a Joshua Williamson. He's been teasing with this for fucking days on his Blue Sky. but it's Joshua Williamson and Hayden Sherman. Okay, sure.
You don't like Hayden Sherman, but
don't
I
like
think Hayden Sherman's
art.
great. I think the art in Absolute Wonder Woman is like some of the best art I've ever seen.
It's the faces. I don't like the faces. Like
I like the faces. They're fine.
The way he drew what's the guy from Wonder Woman, the pilot guy.
Steve Trevor?
I don't like how he drew Steve Trevor's face in it. I don't know. But I will read it. There's a Dan Mora cover that has Michael J. Fox on it. Are you? Oh yeah, no, there is.
Huh?
Yeah, no, there is. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Right now.
Why is Michael J. Fox on it?
It's an AVIF file. I'm not sure if this will load on OBS, but no, it will not. Let me see if I can rename this like a fucking PNG really quick. Oh no, you know what I can fucking do instead? I can just screenshot it. What am I doing?
That is true.
But it has Superman on it, which is really cool. Or I guess more Superboy, because it's like Legion of Superheroes. I'm not entirely sure. But, bam. Look, it's Michael J. Fox.
Oh, that's cool.
Funny story, I was at Portland Retro Gaming Expo last year, and they had this, like, replica DeLorean time machine thing. And it was run by the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and like you could pay to like take a picture of you on like that and like a hoverboard and stuff, and all the proceeds go to like the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the final comic reveal of this article is Doom Patrol. It is being written by Darcy Van Polgeest, who wrote Little Bird.
What?
You are not in a relationship with a comic artist.
I know.
You're in a relationship with a pepper.
I know. They just have the same name. I just thought it was funny.
Look. You like a pepper. I like a bunny. We're one and the same.
Not even close to each other.
And then we also have an artist named Nico Henricon, who did Spectators and Price of Baghdad. I've never heard any of these, or these creators as well, but looks pretty cool. I may check it out. It's Doom Patrol. Wasn't that where Coagula came from? Was that Legion of Doom?
Yes.
Oh, it is Doom Patrol. Okay. The only Doom Patrol like thing I know of is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way, wrote a miniseries of it.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing.
I still need to like read his stuff.
It's
because he made like
there's two different series.
Because wasn't like My Chemical Romance and like a concept album that had like a comic attached to it or some shit?
Yes, Danger Days. The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. That was an amazing comic that followed up. And then I guess they made more. I haven't read the other comics of it that expand that universe, but I want to read them. It's one of my favorite things that they've ever created.
Yes. Okay, so you're talking about Batgirl?
Yes, Absolute Batgirl got revealed, so that's gonna be cool. While this cover was being revealed, somebody was like, "That's just the cover of Absolute Batman #1," and they were joking, being like, "You're homaging your own cover," and Nick Dragotta's like, "Well, everybody else is doing it," which I thought was funny, because literally like every other comic, there was like somebody took like a bunch of them, and there was like 9 already of like people doing the Absolute Batman cover, and I was just like, yeah, a lot of people are paying homage to it.
It's an iconic cover.
It is. I mean, freaking, you see that giant tank-sized Batman. I mean, it's iconic. We also got an announcement.
You know who else is iconic?
Weird Al.
Weird Al.
Which apparently we're getting a Batman, Superman, Weird Al.
World's weirdest. Look at this cover. Yeah. It's really cool. I thought Weird Al was just getting some variant covers. No, he's getting an actual book.
I think it's genius that they're using Mixelpidalic for this.
It's a one shot. It's written. Who is it written by?
Is he gonna be writing it?
It's an all new one shot that brings Weird Al. Oh, it's Mark Waid. Okay.
Oh,
Mark
okay, that
Waid
makes
with
sense.
vibes by Yankovic himself, and the art is by someone named Dan Schuing, who drew this cover.
Okay,
That's pretty cool. I guess like
that's
I
pretty
guess like
awesome.
Weird Al is like consulting and Mark Waid's writing, which I trust Mark Waid. He's written amazing stuff. He wrote Kingdom Come for God's sakes,
Yeah,
so I trust him. I trust him.
it'd be cool to see how this goes. We got an announcement for a Superman book by one of my favorite artists, Wes Craig, who did Deadly Class. I love that book.
Yeah,
He's doing
it's a
a book
golden
called
age
Yeah,
book.
it's like when he was first starting out. The costume he has on looks really cool. Like I like his interpretation of the Golden Age Superman. So we're gonna see a mini series of that. I think it's going to be 6 issues.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of new DC young reader books. We're getting a third installment of the Green Lantern Legacy book. There was Green Lantern Alliance, which was the sequel, and then we're getting a third one called Green Lantern Destiny, which I'm like, okay, now this is just like a whole series. I need to read that. Uh, we're getting the Manifestation of Bobby Park, which
Yeah,
is like
I want to
its
show this because this
own.
comic cover looks so good.
It looks very interesting.
It kind of
It's like
I
an
know
original
I'm gonna turn
concept.
into that one person, but like, kind of reminds me of My Hero Academia a little bit.
I guess I could
I
see that.
know, civilian answer, I know, but like, look at this cover and tell me this doesn't look like fucking Deku. Look at that guy.
It's sort of. I'm still interested to see what this
I know it's a
like
young
comic is
reader
about.
book, but I'm probably still gonna get it. Fucking the Galaxy
Yeah,
books were young adults. I don't give a shit.
who cares?
Looks really cool.
You gotta read it. And then there's going to be Princesses of the DC Universe, which that looks just really cute with the art style. Looks like a fun idea. And then they're doing a bunch of like Batman the animated series and Superman the animated series and Justice League the animated series comics like all collected, and then they're gonna give
Oh.
those like collected editions for kids so that I can read them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, and we have Marvel announces Gambit Gone, which is gonna be written by Steve
I
Orlando.
was gonna be like, oh my god, a
Unfortunately,
new one. Go and see if Lana wrote it. Fuck.
Wolverine Paradise, which is like Wolverine goes to like Miami, I think, and has an adventure there. I'm like, okay, it's just another Wolverine solo book. And then we have Aliens versus I put X-Men for some reason, but it or Wolverine for some reason, but it's Alien versus X-Men is what the book was. So, I think I saw Wolverine and I was like, that's X-Men.
Yeah.
But we're finally getting another Alien versus book. I'll probably read it because I'm a sucker for those to read them. And
You
then we
know what
have
I'm
some
also a
a
sucker
big
for?
one, a big one.
You know what I'm also a
The
sucker for? The Muppets.
Muppets.
The Muppets.
The
Look at
Muppets take
I
the Marvel
tried
universe.
ordering this book at my local comic shop, and they're like, "We see it in our system, but we can't order it yet because the solicits aren't out." And I'm like, "Fuck!" So I will check back. I'm gonna get this fucking Deadpool Treasure Island variant cover by Matteo Lolli. Please, I need it. It's gonna be like $8. I don't care.
Interesting. I'm interested to see how they mix in the adventures of the Muppets with the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
We got something called Gold 76, which this
It's
book
not
is
Booster
going
Gold.
to. No, this is a Marvel book, and it's about Thanos hiring Bullseye to steal something, and Star Lord and Nova are involved, and I'm like, this is such a weird cast of characters. I think there's one other person I can't remember though. I don't I don't understand. I think this is just like an anniversary of some characters is what they're trying to do with this. But I'm like, okay, um, I don't care about this. What I do care about though is this Doctor Strange Endless Nightmare book, which is a new installment in these bigger like books that Alex Ross started with his Fantastic Four Full Circle.
Oh.
Those were like these bigger books where it was like I'm gonna have like this cooler format for the art. It's kind of like what they were doing with the Black Label, where some of the books would come out in like a bigger version So that's what this is, and I'm interested to see what this Doctor Strange one kind of entails. We got a Spider-Woman 50th anniversary issue coming out. Infernal Hulk is fighting Wolverine in an Infernal Hulk versus Wolverine series. And then for news for Image, we got a Beneath the Trees
Beneath
Where
the
Nobody
trees,
Sees
nobody
Halloween
sees Halloween
special.
special. What's
Me
this
and
cover?
me and me and you need to do a whole episode when we do the live streaming where we cover book 1 and 2 of this.
They can do that in like the graphic novel variants.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We should do
Speaking
that.
of, we should quickly touch upon the stuff we read last week, really quick. Let me open up my poll list and see what I read last week. It wasn't a ton.
Are we going to recap everything, or are we just going to say what we read? I was going to say, that'll take a long time.
We didn't talk about Absolute. No, we did talk about Absolute Catwoman, didn't we?
I think we just talked about it with each other.
Okay. Very briefly, Absolute Catwoman was pretty good. Avengers Armageddon was really cool, but it's a lot of setup. Barbara Gordon Breakout's really cool. Didn't read Ben 10. Future is Fucked is the most inaccessible comic ever made. I will be making a video on that. Green Lantern 17 was kind of a... Yeah, that was certainly a... the Deus Ex Machina. Oh, you're in a black hole. But no, he's in a Guard Runner goes into a fucking pocket universe where, like, his future self is there. Okay, sure. Jan Silent Bob Disney Future Past was fine. And then Jim Girl's event number 2 was really good.
Yeah. The Jay and Silent Bob one, what I'll have to say about that is there were good jokes in it, but there were some jokes that were like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was like a joke every second. Like, I think Iron Man said something, and I was like, don't talk anymore. Oh, Black Widow said, no cap, and I was like,
shut the fuck up.
Almost shut the book for that reason.
I assume you read Bleeding Heart and Supergirl. Briefly touch on that really quick.
Yes. Supergirl was... Well, did we talk about... No, we talked about Supergirl last week.
We didn't record last
the week before. No. The week before. I think we recorded that.
No, Supergirl number 14 came out June 10th.
Did we... I feel like I talked about it with you on the podcast for some reason.
No.
Oh. Anyways, Supergirl was really good. They beat up Blackfire, so that was pretty cool. And the issue is going to be like... And Bleeding Hearts was really fucking sad. Like...
Are they ending it next issue,
no,
or is it gonna be full?
They're not ending it. Just something sad happened in the issue where the little girl, her mom got ate. So, yeah, she's by herself. Like, she's with some other survivors, but she's by herself, really. Mm-hmm. So, it sucks.
You know what doesn't suck? This brand new Day trailer that came out.
Goodness gracious, that movie looks amazing. Like,
we just watched it before we recorded.
Yeah. The adaptation of the other storyline, I assume that's what they're doing with, like, a bunch of other things going on, with the brand new Day stuff. Because he's getting natural webbing this time, and it looks like he's getting, like, controlled by things, too. Somebody's saying that, like, the main villain's going to be Jean Grey, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't know how to feel about that, like Jean Grey being the villain, but also people are saying it's not going to be a villain that you can see, and I'm like, so is this going to be like, what's her name, like the Queen from, like, this Spider-Man storyline, where
it's Jean Grey.
That's what they said, but like,
it's Jean Grey.
But why would they say it's like somebody that you can't see?
Because Jean Grey has powers that you can't see. But also, like, I think he's talking about mutants in general. Because mutants you can't, like, tell sometimes if
well,
they're
I
mutants
assumed in my Spider-Man knowledge that this is like this queen character who is like queen of spiders, and she can control spider people and stuff like that. Because that's what happened in a storyline, was that she was like she had some amount of control over Peter, and like during that storyline, he was mutating into like man spider and whatnot. So
Yes.
maybe that's what we're getting, is this queen lady,
Maybe.
but who knows. Um, movie looks great though. A lot of good
Yes.
moments.
It looks
Like
very
the
good. I will see it.
costume looks fucking amazing. Like Tom Holland is giving it his all in this. Like he is Peter Parker in Spider-Man.
I'm kind
Like
of
it's just
wondering
so
if we're
good.
gonna be if this. I don't think the film is being shot in IMAX. I can just see it regularly. I know I'm gonna
Mhm.
see Supergirl in IMAX.
I'm gonna see both these movies because I'm excited for both. I'm more excited for Spider-Man, really though. Like
I'm excited for
I,
both.
I
I'm excited for Spider-Man
I'm
a little more, but like Supergirl, I'm gonna
super.
watch as well.
Yeah, like I want to watch Supergirl and I'm excited for it, but I think I'm like more hyped for Spider-Man now with
I
like
think
everything.
the biggest superhero movie release of the year is obviously Doomsday, but that comes out in like what fucking December.
We really haven't had much to go off of for that. They haven't shown anything.
That's true.
So, and I think that's intentional, but like for me, like I'm not as excited for that. I think I'm just more excited for Spider-Man because I'm just like it's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
But not
Um,
speaking of Spider-Man going to
mhm.
DC.
We're talking about Andrea Shia, who is an editor for DC. Recently just got promoted to senior editor after helping out with like a big push in the LGBT representation over there, which is awesome. It's awesome to see that. Like,
Maybe they'll
the,
finally let Jadzia make a Galaxy ongoing.
that would be cool.
Please.
That would be very cool. Hopefully this also leads maybe to like, since we're seeing LGBTQ representation a lot, we get some more black representation, like solo black character books. Let's
Yeah, so you
get
can
that
so you can
rolling
end
out,
the
DC.
blackout boycott.
Like we're
Give the
already
people what
getting
they
like
want, please. Make a Mr. Terrific ongoing.
make a Mr. Terrific, Black Lightning, John Stewart, Vixen, like all these characters. They deserve something after like next level taking off so well. Because we're already seeing like some of those books being like, hey, these are well received. Like Zatanna, for instance, it's doing well.
Yes.
So, and Firestorm, I'm really liking the Firestorm book. I'm not like a huge Firestorm fan, so
Yeah.
let's see some more representation there. Um, I put this in here because I think it's an interesting article that I read. But it was about James Tinian talking about why he went all in on horror comics when he was on the Batman book back during the Rebirth era. So he's talking about it, and in the article, he was like, I was writing Batman, something is killing the children, and the nice house uh, on the
The
lake
House in the
all
Sea.
together. That's the second one.
Oh.
Um, but he said he was writing all three of those books, and it was when Nice House on the Lake and Something is Killing Children outsold Batman that he was like, hey, you know what? I need to like lean into horror, which is like my my strengths. Which he wasn't doing bad on Batman. I read his Batman run. I was like actively like picking up the issues, but he excels at horror. I mean, we read Exquisite Corpses. It was fantastic.
I want season 2 already!
Well, while we're waiting for that, we are getting a Fox Mask Killer book, which is written
And a
by
Rascal Randy book. And a Lone
yes, we
Gunman
are.
book.
Yes, we are. But what we're getting for that is what's their name? Shay Grayson? Shay Grayson is going to be writing this Fox Mask Killer, who Shay Grayson is also writing the Absolute Catwoman book. So that'll be really cool. This is going to explore the backstory and like inevitably where Fox Mask Killer like gets into the tournament and is like, hey, I want like out of being a killer. So I'm interested to see this backstory, how she even got into the like assassination game, it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really cool, and I can't wait to see. And then for our final piece of news, Marvel. Marvel is greenlighting making an official release of John Byrne's X-Men comic X-Men Elsewhere. And
He's been in articles a lot recently because we're gonna rant about him a little bit. But I will start first since you have a lot to say. He's apparently a bigot or something.
yes,
There is
he's
a
not a good guy.
bleeding cool article, and I'm gonna read you the headline. Artist John Byrne isn't a fan of Marvel Studios shows and films when it comes to bringing Marvel's comic characters to life, but he doesn't mind the check. Quote, "I'm the opposite of Alan Moore." And of course, one of my favorite writers, Cody Ziegler, quote posted and said, "So what does he think about the N-word, trans folks, and brown people with blonde hair?"
Yeah, unfortunately, John Byrne has a forum where he leaves some not great thoughts on trans people, talking about how they are the equivalent of pedophiles, and it's like, no, you obviously do not have a good understanding of who trans people are. And also, hey, John, didn't you make a Superman and Batman comic where Superman, who is like, I don't know, like 50, 40 years, he has gray on the side of his hair, like Reed Richards. Doesn't he kiss a 14-year-old Lana Lang?
God!
So, who's really the pedophile here? John.
Check
I just
me,
want to ask that.
atheists.
Yeah, for real. Like, goodness gracious. Pot calling kettle black. Like, why would you write that? Why would you ever write that and put that in a comic? Why would you make the superhero do that? Superman would never do that, John. You're a fucking piece of shit. Sorry.
Yes.
We're going off here. But I would also like to show you a photo that I found from Blue Sky.
No, what?
Somebody found this photo of John Byrne, and it's him at cons, and they explained it as, and I'm sending it to you now.
I wanna see my reaction to this. Okay.
He said, "Perfect time to remind everyone that John Byrne used to bring a special table and chair to conventions to attendees, so they weren't looking down at him." This guy was so insecure. I'm 5'6", by the way, people. In real life, I'm not insecure about my height.
Oh, where did I say
But if you have to do this, this is ridiculous, and it shows you have an ego.
What is this?
He's got a special
Is he
chair.
short?
He's short. And he's got like a complex where it's like, I don't want you looking down at me.
That's so funny.
He put a table on a
Pathetic.
table.
That's so
but
funny, pathetic.
I have more things that he's
You
done.
have more
Brandon.
beef on him. Go off, King.
So John Byrne accused Peter David of running around a comic convention and giving away Xerox copies of the ending of his Alpha Flight book. And Peter David was like, I was never even at this convention. What are you talking about? He also was like, hey, I'm going to flame Bendis. And he found a picture of
Bendis.
Bendis.
What did he ever do?
He found a picture of Bendis on the internet, and he was like, oh, this is when you were a camp counselor. You were a good camp counselor, but a crappy writer. And it's like, what the fuck? What did he do to you?
Bendis did nothing wrong.
He didn't. Where is this one? I know he had beef with Dan Slott.
Really?
He started a feud with Dan Slott, resulting in Dan Slott going over to John Byrne's website to defend himself against Byrne. Long story short, Byrne types out to Slott that he hopes that Slott drowns in hobo piss. And it's blanked out and banned Slott from his website. And here's like one of the more egregious ones too. And these are just fan interactions. This is not, getting to the racist stuff he said.
Oh no.
Mark Waid hates John Byrne. Why? Mark Waid had said this to say when he went to a convention when he was younger, he was about 17, he was in line and he had just seen Superman 3, and he was like, "Oh man, I love Superman 3. It was pretty good. Like it's hokey, but like." He got to the line to get some sign from John Byrne. He's like, "Oh, I just saw Superman 3," and John Byrne ripped into him, and he's like, "That's a fucking piece of shit movie. I hate it." And he's like, "Oh my god, like I just wanted to get my shit signed. I didn't want you like yelling at me, like, good gracious." He also Mark Waid also went on to say he picked Jack Kirby as God during Wade's Fantastic Four run. He would choose John Byrne as the devil if given the chance. So that's fucking so funny.
That's so funny. It's like if Mark Wade hates you, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
He's friends with everybody.
There was also this instance of where he was talking about like how Jessica Alba was casted as Sue Storm in those Fantastic Four movies.
Oh yeah, the story ones.
Yeah, and
which
he
I think they're
likened
really
her
good.
to
I think they're really good
being
movies.
A hooker is what he said.
What the
blonde
fuck?
Latina. He said blonde Latino women look like hookers.
The fuck?
Is basically the way he said. Yeah.
That's terrible. I hate that.
He also has strong feelings about race swapping in
Oh, of course
movies,
he does.
And it's just like, dude, of all things, like, you're just like the worst. And I'd say this is like the worst news to get this guy his webcomic version of X-Men, which by the way, this X-Men is like altered history of what happened and whatnot. It's a lot of him probably putting what he believes in the words of the X-Men, which by the way, the X-Men are a very inclusive group of people who are like the outsiders. Like it originally started as like, oh, they're teenagers. Teenagers are like the outsiders of like the community. Evolved to, no, it's more about like
it's minorities.
You know, minorities,
racial
now,
minorities, gender minorities, sexuality minorities. Every
yeah.
minority.
So for John Byrne to get an official thing from Marvel during Pride Month is
that's bad.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's real bad. It screams, hey, Marvel doesn't give a shit about you guys. Like, I feel like DC cares more about LGBTQ representation. Like,
yes.
It obviously shows because we have a whole month of a mini-series. Whereas we only got like one thing. We only got one thing from Marvel. And I feel like Marvel doesn't push as many of these LGBTQ represented characters as much as DC's doing.
They
right
had
now.
one Pride issue last month.
Yeah.
Not even during Pride Month. It's the Wicked Hulkling book.
Yeah. It says a lot, really. And it's upsetting, and it's like, come on. Like, you know that this person's not good. And it also doesn't help that it's like, we've seen the morality of them being like, we're not going to say that we're not anti-AI. So, my view on Marvel is very much like, you guys need to sharpen up. Like, you need to
It's
really
funny because, like,
your...
DC's been overtaking my polls over Marvel.
Yeah, that's exactly why I've picked them, like, over Marvel so many times, because I love their universe.
But I think the most moral choice is support indie comics. Get Image, get
we need
Dynamite, not Dynamite. Dynamite is owned by Disney. Don't get that. Get maybe Boom, IDW.
We need to do like a whole podcast where we cover a bunch of different indie comics, and we just are like, hey, like these are the ones that we really like and ones that we discovered, and we want to recommend them to people. Like in not just like Image, we need to find like indie comics, like maybe some online stuff too.
Some webtoons.
Not webtoons.
Those are indie comics.
To an extent.
Well, you know, speaking of new comics, let's take a look at the new comics coming out next week before we wrap up. On Marvel's side, we have the Ultimate Universe is ending with Ultimate Endgame number 5 and Ultimate Universe finale number 1, which is the final Ultimate Universe issue, and then that's it. That's the end.
Damn.
So next week we're gonna see the end of Marvel's biggest cash cow so far, which was the Ultimate lines. Which, keep in mind, is the reason why Absolute came into being, and it's why they're doing so much better than Marvel. We also have Captain America number 12, dealing with a lot of the like Doom in Hell and Cap in Hell stuff, setting up a little more of I guess Avengers Armageddon. Why did my tracker not work? There we go. We also have Venom 249 with the fucking cover of MJ Venom, which I don't like. Ultimate Impact Reborn number 2, which has a bunch of new superheroes, which is really cool. We have Generation X23, which is what you're reading. And then for DC's side, we have some Absolute books. So Absolute Wonder Woman number 21, where Wonder Woman is in hell or whatever, because she's been trapped there for a month.
In hell.
Absolute number 20, where he's fighting Black Adam, I think. And then we have
Is
Detective.
it Steel he's also fighting on the cover?
Yeah. And then Detective Comics 1110. Next issue is going to be 1111. And this is dealing with more the Green Arrow crossover, like the kid they trained in the past. We got Superman number 39 with Superboy Prime in DCU stuff. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, we'll see how we feel about this. We've had mixed feelings on it.
Justice League Unlimited number 20, dealing with a bunch of more Amnesty program stuff. We got Zatanna number 3, baby! I love Zatanna. Such a good series. We have The Flash number 34, which I will try to catch up on Flash. It's Ryan North. I'll read it. Green number 36, dealing with more Odyssey and Kyle Rayner shenanigans. Are you reading Swamp Thing 1999, or did you only read the Jesus issue?
I only read that first issue. I might later on go back and pick up what's going on in this, but that was the only one that really interested me.
We have Bizarro Year number 2, which I may not pick up the physical, but may get the digital version. And then for you, I know you're
Summer
picking up Summer of Supergirl and
Let's
Father
go.
of Tomorrow.
Yes.
And then, of course, the finale of Justice League Dreamgirls.
It's going to be amazing.
But for Image, we have nothing I'm interested in. Why is this on the top of the list? Because you have like Void Rivals and Spawn. A lot of Spawn.
And Spawn.
3 spawns, actually. lot
So
of
much
Spawn. I don't know
Spawn.
why. Like the Todd McFarlane stepped down from writing Spawn. Like, it's a new
Did
guy.
he?
Yeah.
That makes sense though. I mean, he doesn't write it all the time.
Oh yeah. We have more Invincible stuff, of course, with like capes and
Oh,
everything.
you know what? There is a book that I don't know if you'll read it, but Joshua Williamson's Blood of the Wolfman is coming out next week.
That's Joshua Williamson?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm gonna pull it. Boop. Do you have anything from Dark Horse? We have a
No,
Saga
I
Yo
don't-
Jimbo and Powers. I need to read more Powers. Or any Powers, because that's Bendis.
And this.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got it all covered.
All right. We will see all of you next week, where we talk about why Marvel sucks because they ended Ultimate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ultimate.
And we're going to talk about how DC keeps rocking it and how Image is pretty freaking epic
Yeah,
as
legit.
well.
Legit. When I was looking at the fucking pull list, I was like, "Wow, most of what DC is releasing next year is what I'm interested in. Nothing of Marvel except like a couple things is what I'm interested in. DC is outwinning Marvel for me, which is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you all next week. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.